Okay, hey, this is Evolving with Etta. I'm going with this super bright light, I know, but yeah, we're just gonna have to do this today, and I'm looking at how it is on my glasses. Sorry for the glare, but this is where we're going today. So, if you didn't see my Vita Day 21, I went through what I do to stretch out my curls to get my fro. So go check that out. So this is my Memory Lane Monday, and hey, if this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. My channel is usually about life and relationships. Lately I've been doing Vita, which is vlog every day in August. So V vlog E every D day A August. So today actually is I always do a Memory Lane Monday. So today is my Memory Lane Monday. And I just wanted to briefly chat about how wonderful the company that I used to work for, which was Marsh, used to give us wonderful holiday parties. Wonderful holiday parties. We either had the option to be transported, meaning because it was out of, if you were out of the city, they would transport you from like Baltimore to DC and then transport you back. Like a car service would stay there and wait for you all night and then bring you back. Or you had the option to stay overnight at the hotel where the actual event was taking place. Wonderful. I mean, wonderful. It was, of course, an elegant night setting. Just think about your carnival cruise. Elegant night. Everyone's in their beautiful gowns, dresses, and tux, suits, guys. Perfect. We would all sit at our dinner tables. We were all dressed. We ate well. We drank well. And again, drink and drive responsibly. You could stay overnight at a hotel if you preferred to do so. The offices were split between each other, Baltimore and DC. So if you worked in DC, lived in Baltimore, that's great because then you still have access to get a ride or just stay the night, or even just lived in Baltimore and you just wanted to come hang, stay overnight, came and they paid for you to put you in a room overnight, and you just going back home the next day. So we went, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years we had that option back to back. It was a wonderful administration that the company was run under. So I believe we did do it for 2 years straight. And what's so funny about it is, I mean, it was hotels, two very nice hotels. I have photos from one, which I believe was the second year. Yeah, I think the first year was, my first year was 2002. So the second year was 2003. So yes, I have photos from the 2003 stay. And yeah, we had a really wonderful. I mean, if you think about like back in the day, anywhere there where a job was really, where a company was really looking after employees, they wouldn't go just all out and do things like that. Some companies still do, and but those that do not any longer do that, we reminisce and think about, oh, remember the good old days. And this particular time, I can remember they were really good old days. And some of the people that I met there actually became extremely very close friends of mine, and we're still very close friends. So I made great bonds at this place. This is the crazy thing about it. The very first day that I started there, I didn't have, wasn't situated on a place to sit. I didn't have my own space. I didn't have a desk. Where we were set up in like what they call bullpens, where like 3 maybe 4 people could share a space. I think it was almost like a U shape. So I was fortunate enough to be in a space, and it was so beautiful because we were such a multicultural group. Our group was one of the very familiar groups that everyone frequents to visit, and because our supervisor was wonderful. He was super, super nice, and the actual, um, I guess let's see, he was our manager, but then the supervisors were that were under him were even nicer. So yeah, that was a blessing, and that had just happened right after 9/11, because the job where I was working, of course, was closing because the majority of their business was travel. So there was nothing they could really do to keep the company running strong with all of the employees that we had. So a lot of us were just let go, like most in 2001. So I hadn't worked for quite a while, and I had who became my supervisors had interviewed me. I wasn't even supposed to have been at this location. They weren't supposed to have even been there. It just was how it was meant to be. That's God's business. It's none of my business. So that damn light is. Hope you can't hear this fan too much. So it was just meant to be, and they interviewed me. They really didn't have an opening at that spot at the time, but it was a possibility of 2 openings that they were going to have. So they actually interviewed me, and they told me, we may have this position for you, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, well, fine. But I was already starting a temp job close to home, and I'm like, this is convenient. It was only like 10 minutes from where I lived. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm just going to stick with, this convenience. But let me tell you, when I say convenience is definitely not ever the answer. So yes, I travel for an hour plus to get to work, and an hour plus to get home every day. Because working at that company, Marsh, was amazing. It was wonderful, just as great as my experience was working for city government. Dealing with the people and the niceties and things like that. That was really, really family oriented type of a business, type of company. So when this happened, this interview, and then I'm around these people again, I'm like, wow, here's another family oriented company. And so, so funny, most of the people in my department our age is scattered. I was like in the middle, I guess, because there were some younger, a few older, and we just all meshed so wonderfully. So when we had those Christmas parties, those were the best holiday parties. We could get dressed up, we could hang together, and the company, was on them. That was like a really, really great time after coming back from not working after 9/11 and being in an environment and such a great community of people like that. I mean, we would get together for our breakfast trips to go get breakfast. It was just so okay. So y'all know I can go on a rant. So my very first day, we had celebrations where we would do every month. Whomever's birthday was that month, and whomever was celebrating the anniversary of how long they've been with the company. So this happened to be the day that they were celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, and that's usually at 3 o'clock or 3:30 event or gathering. And it's a gathering. Everybody comes together because they serve cake. But on this day, it was a baby shower. So it was potluck. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, food is my friend. So I just felt like I was home. I just felt like that was the perfect day for me to start, and I would absolutely know I belonged. So, being the normal helper outer that I am, after the potluck lunch, I'm in there in the kitchen helping out. I mean, again, I said I didn't have a desk. I didn't have my own space or anything. So what was I to do? Just sit there? No, not me. So I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the conference room. I'm helping clean up, put away, pack up. Yes, I believe. Yeah, I think that, yes, that's my first day. So by the time the birthdays and anniversary event started, I'm looking, because we had calendars and like these things are going on. I'm like, oh, I'm not going in. I don't know anybody. Anna, they're calling you, of course, because I'm a new employee. So I'm to be introduced to everyone. I'm tired now. I'm wiped out. I'm like, and I gotta come back. But I didn't know they had cake. So needless to say, I very seldom missed any more birthdays and anniversary gatherings because those were the most massive cakes. It's a company event. It's a company gathering. It's we have to feed people and it's gotta be plentiful. And they were tall, thick, piled up icing. So I had no problem partaking of because I love cake. I love cake. Did I just say? Did you hear me? I love cake. So, yeah. After assisting them with all that as well, I really definitely put my feet up underneath the desk and said, yeah, I'm definitely not going anywhere. But I just wanted to get in here to say, this particular day and time, a lot of people do not feel appreciated in their workplace, and you may not be, and because times have changed. So a lot of people have left their workplace, and not everybody has become an entrepreneur. Some have left their workplaces and have gone to other locations. Some people aren't trying to go back into a building. Some people are working for places that are fine and open to having remote workers. And maybe that's something that you just have to look into, because those particular days are not lost where companies are pampering and sometimes showering. I still know people that have really great benefits with their companies, and not everybody is okay with leaving the current status that they have with their jobs. And some people are happy, some people aren't complaining about their workplace, but some people are. And all I'm just saying is that times have changed, and if by any particular chance that you are not feeling the love from where you are, you do have options. You can make changes. You do not have to deal with those particular things that you're dealing with. I'm not saying that we all can just get up and quit our jobs, because we can't. But I am saying life is short, and if it is that, if it's that much, it's causing you that much torture and that much of concern for being at the workplace because it's something that you're doing that where you're not happy. Just some things to consider, because you just may need to look into some. I mean, they're saying there's so many companies that are out there hiring more than it's ever been, or just more than it's been in a very long time, because people do not want to go back into buildings. So you may be able to work something out to work remotely a few days out of the week, whatever. Things again have been, switching up. Things have been changing, so you may have you may have the upper hand on things, because of how things are going. So I'm just saying, I just wanted to share lovely moments in my life where the particular company that I was working for was so good to us that I just had to share. So if you have any wonderful stories about the company where you work or that you used to work for, or your own company, I would love to hear. So do me a nice little favor. Please share my videos. Anything that you see that you like, feel free to share my videos. They are made for sharing. Sharing is caring. Please comment, because I love engaging, and be sure to subscribe. I'm believing that I will make it to 500 very soon. I would just love to be able to post things out on my community tab, and then I could definitely see my channel growing more. I think I just needed to, just take it a little more serious than I did previously. I would just do a video. I was not consistent. And when I saw Edna do Vita, I saw her back in April. I was like, oh, I should have done it, because practice makes perfect. Not trying to be perfect, but I do need to practice. So I just figured what better way than to just, when I saw her come up with Vita for August, I said, I am doing it. And all you have to do is tell yourself, and it shall be done, because God already said so. We just need to implement it and push through. So get out your own way, and help me get out there too. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.